All right. This is Seven Dooms for Sandpoint, Chapter 1, Bones and Ashes, Episode 20. And I need to up your domain dice by 1.
I gave 500 bits during the intro.
That's why I upped it.
Thank you. I just wanted everyone to know it was me. I was the one that did that.
It says it in the chat.
Feels like a little bit of
This is me apologizing to Tamiko because I used 4 during the Kids on Bikes game last Thursday, and I still feel bad about it.
That's fine.
Tamiko, I'm sorry.
I want Cersei to know it was me.
tell her. I want her to know it was me.
Feels like a bit of a conflict of interest, personally speaking.
Nope, that's sad music. We don't want sad music. Here we go.
No.
We could be a little sad.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
Nestled deep in the misty hinterlands beyond Sandpoint, hidden between ancient stone outcroppings and a veil of whispering pines, lies a secret glade untouched by time. Moonlight seems to filter through the canopy even at midday, painting the soft moss in shifting hues of silver and blue. A gentle stream winds through the clearing like a ribbon of starlight, its waters humming a lullaby that only dreamers and wanderers seem to be able to hear. At the heart of the glade stands an ancient oak tree, impossibly tall, its bark etched with patterns like constellations. Most of the year it slumbers in quiet majesty. But once, just once, each spring, it bursts into radiant bloom. What seem at first to be leaves shimmer into existence. Brilliant reds, deep violets, star-kissed blues, and opalescent whites. They flutter gently in the breeze, catching the light in ways no leaf should. This light illuminates 2 figures in the glade. A young opalescent kobold and a half-elven woman. Lumi and Velynia, this is your picnic.
Oh my god, what a place for a picnic. Let's fucking go, dude.
Lumi, up until this point, has been trying to fill the silence as best she can. She's nervously filling air, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
As she strides ahead and pushes past the branches and underbrush to expose this glade. Well, here it is.
Velynia several times throughout this journey has asked if she's sure she's not lost.
No, I promise. Just this way. Just a little further.
Okay. And yeah, moving branches aside, and then I think we come into this this glade, and Velynia catches sight of this tree, and it's just like, wow. Well, that is really something.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you'd come, honestly. I'm glad you're here.
I haven't made the time.
No, I meant tonight. I'm not trying to say like you're unreliable or anything. I'm sorry. I just wasn't. You're really cool. And she gestures at herself. Anyway, sorry. It's a really nice evening, isn't it? And she strides over and steps across the stones on the creek, and she strides up to the great oak tree. And behind the great oak tree, she leans over and pulls a blanket out from hidden behind the tree. And on that blanket is a little basket. And out of the little basket you can see the tip of a bottle of mead. And there's some other goodies in there that she begins to nervously pull out. She pulls out some of those cheese blossoms She pulls out some freshly baked bread from the White Deer. She gets out 2 wooden mugs, like wooden cups for the mead. She pulls out some apples.
Velynia, meanwhile, is just kind of trying to make herself like comfortable. Like she's just kind of awe-stricken by this tree, and so I imagine that like she kind of sits somewhere if there's like a spot on this blanket, and kind of just like leans back on her elbows, sort of, and is just sort of like looking up at this tree. And is kind of like asks as Lumi is feverishly getting all this food out. It's like, can I help with anything?
She pauses. Oh no. She sees that you're looking up at the tree, and she would say, oh, "Pretty, isn't it? It only does this once a year. The bloom, I mean. I've been trying to catch it for 3 years now, and I keep missing it."
Oh, well, I guess we got lucky. This really is something.
Yeah, I figured it would be if I was gonna try again to see it, it wouldn't be so bad if someone else got to see it too.
And then I think Velynia kind of like nudges Lumi like with her boot and says, "Well, you have been exceptionally lucky lately," and kind of reminiscing about the lock picking in the undead hole.
Well, Father always said that you have to make your own luck, and some of that is just doing a little prayers to Desna every now and then. But I was thinking because, well, with everything lately, those smelly ghouls and the dungeon, these cursed dreams that we've been having, and the Hellstorm flume, and she looks you up and down, and the boat stuff that you were getting up to. I know you've been running yourself ragged at the docks all week. I thought that maybe we could like swap out, hauling crates around and dodging death for something a little softer, something sweeter. No dust, no shouting, just snacks, and she kind of claps the bark of the tree. And this tree that just seems to be showing off today.
And I think Velynia sort of like sits up and like kind of crisscross applesauce and like looks at you, Lumi, and just says, "This is all very nice, Lumi. I really appreciate the time off from all my work."
Lumi's tail flicks and wags from the little praise that she got here, and she does blush a little bit from this, and oh no, of course, I thought of all of us. You deserve a little time like this.
Yeah, and I think that Velynia, for a while, I think I just sort of like help myself to like a cracker and some charcuterie, and I just like start to kind of eat, and like I ask Lumi like where she's been all week and like what she's been up to, and I imagine for a while we just sort of like shoot the breeze and like laugh, and like we're just enjoying the tree and enjoying the time. And I think Velynia is getting a little bit in her cups, like not too much, but having a couple of drinks of this mead, and it's very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'll after the bit she notices that your mug, your wooden cup is a bit empty, and she'll reach over to the mead like, "Oh, can I refill you?"
Yes, just a little bit. Yeah, that'd be great.
And as she's refilling your mug, she asks you, I was wondering, so you've been in Sandpoint for quite a while now, but Liz, I don't really know where you're from. Like before, I'm sorry if I shouldn't be asking something like this. I just, was coming here like some kind of clean slate situation, or what's your story?
And I think for just a second, Velynia's stomach like just goes and just like knots up upon the what's your story. I imagine like if this were a movie, you would see like a like flashes of the bow and when she was a kid and the meeting the other night and just like flashes. And then Velynia just kind of shrugs and just says, I don't talk about where I'm from a lot, I suppose. Nobody typically cares to ask. I grew up in I grew up in Kaermarga. Do you know where that is?
That's up to the north, isn't it?
Northeast. And I grew up with my friends and with my mother.
Well, what are they like?
Well, my friends, we were all about the same age. The boy, Dylan, I suppose he was my first little crush. He was, we knew each other since we were very young, and he was the one that always tried to talk me out of whatever trouble I was getting into at the time. And Limsia, you've never seen anybody like Limsia. She was half orc, half elf. Very unique lineage. She was completely singular, and she always goaded me on to whatever trouble I was getting into at the time. So we were quite the triad. And my mother, well, and Velynia you've never seen her blush, but I think you could probably see her blush, and she kind of like breaks eye contact, and she just says, my mother was she was a lady of the night, dear. She worked.
Well, there's no shame in that.
I don't think so either, but you never know when you tell mixed company what they will feel about it. So I lived in the brothel, and I with my friends and with my mother for a long time.
Did you have any siblings?
No, not that I know of. I lived there until I was about 9. So there may have been siblings after me, but I wouldn't know about them.
Yeah, well, you know my dad. He's kind of the only family that I got.
Mm-hmm. And you were brought here as an egg, is that right?
I was, yeah. I mean, that's what I've been told. Just this little shining. Apparently, the adventurers thought that I was some kind of gemstone. And then one day the gemstone cracked and out little Lumi popped out.
What a surprise!
Well, that's when Father Xantus took me in, raised me as his own.
And he's always been good to you. He's treated you
always.
That's good. That's good. That's important. And I think Velynia does sort of just like rest back on her elbows again and just kind of like look up at the tree, and she takes a deep breath, like a really deep breath, and like exhales it and just says, this has been very nice, Lumi. Thank you very much.
I'm really glad.
And then Velynia starts to think again back to her meeting and all of it, and just sort of like gets quiet.
I think that she will interrupt your somber meditation with, so how do you learn to wield a knife like that?
Well, I fell in with a group, and they taught me a great many things. They taught me how to wield a sword and a knife and a bow and to throw a knife and to do anything you can do with a knife.
Anything?
Yes, Lumi, anything. And said they taught me how to survive, and I did. And here I am.
So you're really good at it.
I'm good enough, apparently, because here I am. The survival part of it was the big important part, I suppose.
That must feel really good to have all that behind you now, huh?
You fucker. Sorry, that was Cari. That was, it's like, yes, the responsibilities within that group for giving me all these wonderful self-sustaining gifts are, well, the responsibility was weighty. So it is nice to have it behind me.
I know a woman that she was part of a mercenary group, and well, she'd tell me all of the things that she'd have to get up to and how much it would weigh on her. And well, I'm glad that you've got out of that kind of life, and now you're here in safety in cozy Sandpoint.
Yes, I'm very lucky to have found you and Natalin and Millie and Moa.
I'm really glad.
Who was this other woman that told you all this about responsibility and whatnot?
Well,
it's not that mercenary that I told you could never see again, is it?
No, it's a different one.
Another one?
Listen, she blushes. I may have a type.
Lumi? Well, if you're going to be so infatuated, I must know everything about her.
Well, you sure you want to hear me talk about an old flame?
I think the cork has gone back onto the mead after Velynia insisted she was done, and she just reaches over and goes and like pulls it out and like pours herself some more and be like, I'm absolutely sure.
She flicks her tail in nervousness, and she's a little bit startled and taken aback by this. And she's like trying to parse this in her brain and understand what Velynia even means by this. And well, what can I say? She it was back in Magnamar, and that was when I was spending it was about 2 months that I spent in that city. There was, well, some of us had a little bit of an adventure down there, and well, while I was in the city, she was here. I met her in a tavern, and she was only in town for a little bit. Came here by boat from some far off land, Kadira, I think it was, and well, anyway,
Have you ever tried to find her again?
No, she's gone.
Well, that's unfortunate, Lumi.
You know that big chakram that I sometimes wield when we're fighting, right?
Why, yes.
Well, that's hers.
Oh.
She gave it to me as a
How
bit of a parting
romantic.
gift.
Oh.
It's a bit bittersweet to me because, well, I hold it and I think, well, I can't really ever see her again. But there's lots of women out there for a little gal like me.
Okay. Can I make an what? It's not sense motive anymore. What is it? In 2E here?
It's still sense motive.
Is it? Well, but it's like a feat or something, isn't it?
No.
Or is it just perception now?
Sense motive is just an action you can take.
I would like to take that action, please. I think Velynia's at the perfect
Which is
stage
using
of
your
drunkenness
perception.
now. Nat 1! I'm gonna re-roll that. That's stupid. One re-roll, please. Here I go. Well, that's moderately better. That's a 17.
All right. What it was sense motive? I mean,
I'm just gauging what Lumi's saying and implying here, and I think maybe it finally snaps for Velynia. You're not being particularly deceptive right now, I wouldn't say.
She's
So,
she's withholding she's withholding things out of nervousness
sure.
than anything. Yes.
Okay. So when she says, "Oh, there's other women out there," Velynia kind of like sighs and like looks at this picnic and looks at the tree and looks back at Lumi, and it just all kind of like comes into focus. And had we established that Lumi had maybe floated this to Velynia once before, or no? Did we ultimately decide no?
So Lumi had attempted this before,
Mhm.
floating the idea, but she was not very direct about it, and it completely went over Velynia's head.
Okay, yes. We had done a lot of pre-planning behind the scenes, team. So, okay. So I think Velynia does just kind of like sigh and go, Lumi, I need you to know that I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to shatter your confidence. None of that. I need you to know that I don't see you that way. I see you're like my sister, dear, and I want to keep you safe, and I want to maintain our friendship, but I've had relationships in the past, and not that it matters, but they are with men, and I'm very sorry, dear, if I gave you the wrong impression.
Her ears are low. Her tail is curled around herself. Her eyes are watery, wet. Little beads of beginning of tears well up in the corners of her eyes. Her heart is beating so fast in her chest right now. Her vision is narrowing. She can't look at you. Oh, no, I no that. And she's stumbling over her words. That no, I'm sorry. All she can do is apologize.
Lumi, don't be sorry. It's not. I appreciate it. I'm flattered. I really am. But like I said, you're like a little sister to me, and if I'm being very honest,
there's like a piece of bread that she has in her hand. She's just like kind of picking at it and like tossing the little crumbs out into the grass.
And I think Velynia stands up and like brushes herself off and slams whatever is left in her little tumbler and puts it down and just says, I think I should probably go.
And she tries to say okay, as you can tell that she has a frog in her throat. And she nods because she can't speak.
I look one more time at the tree, and as I'm kind of walking away, I turn over my shoulder and I'm like, this was a very lovely picnic. And then I walk away back towards home.
Lumi sits alone. She's gonna sit alone here into the evening as the sun sets, as the last crunches of underfoot branches as Velynia departs. She sits here. Her back now is to where Velynia left. She stares out up into the sky as it turns ambers and oranges. And she waits for the thing that she really wanted Velynia to see as the sun begins to set. And she watches it by herself.
right before the sun dips below the horizon, there is a soft whisper of wind through the glade. And those brilliantly colored leaves of the tree begin to shimmer. And with a collective, with the only sound being that of a collective sigh, butterflies take flight. The air fills with wings. Thousands of butterflies, luminous and ephemeral, spiraling upward in a dazzling column. They rise toward the sky in the silent, sacred procession. The Desna migration. It is a moment outside of time, when the veil between worlds thins, and all who witness it feel the goddess's touch. Freedom, wonder, and a whisper of destiny carried on beating wings. In that fleeting moment, the grove becomes a temple, not of stone or prayer, but of beauty, flight, and dreams. And Lumi, in this moment of the Desna migration, you feel a faint, calming aura. The presence, however fleeting, of Desna herself.
She uncurls. She was kind of just tangled up, wrapped up in herself in a bit of a fetal position, sobbing. Meekly, sometimes even a bit ugly crying too, as she had laid her heart bare. Sorry, she hadn't even laid her heart bare yet at this point. She was still trying to test the waters. She was still just wanting to let Velynia know how much that she meant to her, even if, well, she didn't expect to hear this so soon. She didn't expect to be told to be rejected. But as she looks up, she sees the butterflies. And she thinks about what the things that she was going to say to Velynia as the butterflies flew past. They hold tight in her tongue, in her mouth, and she cannot think of it anymore. But she thinks and sees all those hundreds of butterflies. How free they are to fly, to go wherever they need to go, wherever they want to be. She's trying her best to pick herself up here, with Desna's presence here in this glade. But her heart aches. She has been destroyed by this.
Oh, God. Fuck. God damn it. Oh, shit. Okay.
Though she doesn't see it, as Velynia returns back to Mvashti's place, several times as you are approaching town and walking through town, a butterfly passes just behind you, and then another one. You're around a corner, up above your head, a butterfly, always missed by you, Velynia.
I think as Velynia walks, you hear echoes of Ket in her head say, "Go ahead, be a tell soul, live up to your name," again and again and again and again. And just, she's like shaking her head, and yeah. Velynia's hurt by this too. Again, the last thing she wants to do is hurt Lumi, but to string her along also isn't fair. It's a tough spot.
So, given that I believe this is taking place on the 11th of Sereneth, which was the first opportunity to perform the ritual, you can decide amongst yourselves. The next most opportune time is 1 week from now, but you actually could request the ritual of any night of this week. So, I guess the question is to all of you, when do you want to have Odrani and Xantus perform the ritual? And what will you do in the meantime? I guess that depends on what you decide you want to do.
So
Wouldn't this ritual be performed at night?
Yeah, this is night.
Yes.
Is there any reason why we wouldn't have planned it for today?
Do you think Lumi's going to show up?
Oh, I just think it makes.
Well,
I
we
just
didn't
think
know
it makes
that.
for better drama. But
Oh,
you know.
God.
I mean, no, I mean, it. Like I said, this is entirely up to you. Xantus
What
and
if
Odrani
we planned
are.
it for tonight and
Yeah.
Lumi doesn't show up, so we have to postpone it?
God. They got their fucking fancy ceremony clothes on and shit. Gotta do it again. Rain delay. Yeah, so how would we have planned this? Would
You're not.
we know ahead of time?
You're not doing anything other than letting. Up to this point, Xantus and Odrani have been making preparations. Xantus had to create the consecrate scrolls for him and one extra for Lumi. They had to prepare the area, and then it was waiting for tonight being the first optimal night to cast or to perform the ritual. So they're really just waiting on all of you to be available because they need your assistance.
So I think that a Lumi that was earlier in time would have said, "Can we do it the next day? I might be busy this evening."
Yes. Oh God. Wishful thinking. Fuck. Yep. I think that's probably a good plan.
So toil day then, the 12th.
Toil day.
The 12th, yeah.
Day of toiling. Working on the docks.
So as as all of you gather at the Sandpoint Cathedral, Father Xantus and Odrani are in final preparations for the ritual. Sorry, I'm trying to navigate multiple things.
Hey, while Jake navigates, why don't you navigate over to redbubble.com where we got all kinds of great t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, and more. You can get our logo on all kinds of great stuff like pillows, note cards, notebooks, and many, many other great things. They always have deals over there, so go check us out at redbubble.com. Just search Mini Terrain Domain.
So, the first thing I want to do, once you all had decided on when you wanted to do it, and settled on Toil Day, Father Xantus would have begun performing the consecrate ritual a couple days early, because it takes 3 days to cast consecrate. And he spends those 3 days with assistance from Odrani to consecrate the ground. Doing so requires a die roll just to see if we can get a crit.
Millie brings you guys lunch boxes every day, like Panera.
Yes! That's awesome.
I rolled a natural 20.
You're fucking. Oh my god!
It's on screen.
and
It's on Vi's head. I said I'm gonna roll just to see if I can get a crit on this
And
because
lo and behold,
because on a critical success, consecration lasts because it says that it's a 40-foot radius and lasts for 1 year. On a crit, it either extends the consecration to an 80-foot radius, or this ground will be consecrated for 10 years. So Xantus is going to imbue the 10 years of consecration onto the standing zones and the courtyard. This is going to, because he got a crit, I'm going to bump it up a little bit. Consecration normally provides a +1 status bonus to anybody who worships Desna. It's a +1 status bonus to attack rolls, skill checks, saving throws, and perception checks.
is this only for worshippers of Desna?
Only for worshippers of Desna. I'm going to bump that because of the crit to +2. If you are undead, which none of you are, or if you worship Pharasma or Sarenrae, you will be penalized.
Sarenrae, really?
Sarenrae is anathema to Desna.
Is she?
According to this.
She's
I
like,
had-
she's like healing
She's not
and
an-
fire.
She's not anathema to anybody. Wow.
I'm not
That's
sure.
crazy.
Wait. Hold on. Let me see.
I was gonna say,
I-
Desna's turning into a catty bitch.
I thought
She's
that
like-
Sarah
Oh, no.
Jane
I
Desna were
misread. I
lovers.
misread. I misread. I misread.
Cool.
Back up. I
How dare
misread.
you fucking besmirch Sarenrae in this house? I
Aren't
won't.
This is-
aren't they
I quit.
lovers?
No.
Aren't they canonically lovers?
That's
Okay,
as
okay.
I'm saying it. It doesn't make sense, and I'm looking for the answer, and I realized where I made my mistake.
Sarenrae is
Here's-
in a polyamorous relationship with Desna and
Okay.
Shaylin. Okay,
Yes.
cool. Yeah,
Okay.
they are. Yes.
Happy Pride.
Perfect. Happy Pride.
Okay, yeah. So they're in a throuple. That's great. What I misread was creatures anathema to your deity, such as undead for Pharasma or Sarenrae, take a -1 penalty. So you guys are all good. But if anything that is anathema should come into the consecrated ground, it will have a -2 penalty.
Good catch on that one, Tamiko. That was a good note.
Sometimes you have to
Really got the ball rolling.
you have to have some holy outrage to get me to check the rules
Hey!
and
Hey!
make sure. I mean, even if as I was saying it, I'm like, this can't be right. So when you arrive this evening for this, after the ground has been consecrated, Father Xantus is sort of in the finishing touches of this space when Audrani gathers you all sort of in that same area of the courtyard where you've shared breakfast a few times with Father Xantus on the balcony above, but kind of off to the side in this around where the standing stones and the grass and stuff are. There's the inner courtyard has, nice decorated walkways and stuff around the edge. Audrani gathers with you all there and says, given the particulars of Nualia's death and her interwoven past with Sandpoint, and the fact that it's been nearly 2 decades since her death. It will take all of mine and Abstelar's focus to ensure that her spirit can be properly called. And even then, there is a chance that restless spirits might arrive as well. If this happens, Abstelar and I must maintain our focus on blocking those spirits from fighting their way through to potentially become dangerous undead. Should anything break through, we are relying on you to hold them at bay and prevent them from interrupting the ritual. We,
Breakthrough from where?
Abstelar and I, must be the ones to speak to her spirit if she answers. But should it be successful, and we summon her forth, given the opportunity, you can speak your questions or your whatever you have to say to Nawalia through us. Speak to us and we can deliver it. But it is imperative that during the hour that we perform the ritual to summon her spirit, you prevent any interruptions. Do you understand?
Yes. I think that's something we can do.
Well, quick question on this. For interruptions, are we talking demonics, incorporeal? Do we have a rough idea of what kind of interruptions you're going to have?
As I said,
Possibly.
while we are performing the ritual, we are attempting to call forth a specific entity spirit, that of Nawalia. Other opportunistic spirits may seek to use that channel to come forth as well.
Okay.
They will not be... They should not be anything of great power, shades, shadows of whatever they once were. But if they do make their way through, please hold them at bay. But interruptions could come externally as well. The point is, if we are disrupted, we cannot begin the ritual again for another day.
I understand that. I guess I'm just wondering what to prepare for. If it's spirits and incorporeal things, okay, no problem. If it's demons and things like that, just getting a rough idea. Do I need a gambit or, that's all. That's all. Thank you for the info.
The best I can say is be ready for anything.
Thank you. Yep. And Mo is sober.
I'll be damned. Velynia gets out her sword and is just ready to go.
So,
Lumi is quiet and at her father's side.
I feel like every time you fucking talk for the rest of this campaign, it's gonna be, what does that mean? God damn it. Wow.
if
Incredible.
we are ready, by this point, the now waxing moon has risen. The sun has set. Night has fallen. Night cloaks Sandpoint in silver and shadow. Above, the waxing moon hangs like a cold, unblinking eye. its light spilling down over the cathedral's ancient courtyard. The standing stones, black against the pale sky, loom in a solemn ring older than the town, older perhaps than memory itself. Tonight, though consecrated, they serve a darker purpose. Adrani steps into the center of the circle. Her face lit by moonlight and the flickering tongues of 3 low braziers. Her long coat flutters in the night breeze, sleeves rolled back to reveal spiraled tattoos that seem to catch the starlight. Her expression is calm, but her eyes betray the tension beneath. This is no simple communion. This is a summoning. Across from her, Father Xantus kneels in prayer, acting as her second, his hands folded over a reliquary of Desna, a shard of star metal cradled in a silver sunburst. He murmurs invocations in Old Varisian, voice barely audible over the wind curling through the stones. The ritual circle is inscribed in salt, cold iron dust, and old blood. 4 relics rest at the cardinal points, each placed there by Aldrani. Child's cracked mirror, a lock of white blonde hair, a scorched prayer book, and a bent silver tiara. Tokens of a life twisted by rage and ruin. And you all wait at the edge, silent, your breath visible in the cold air, as Father Xantus and Aldrani begin the ritual in earnest, their prayers continuing. The old Varisian of Father Xantus mixing with Aldrani's intonations. You can hear almost like a song as it pitches up and down during the casting of this ritual. About 10 minutes into the ritual, one of the temple acolytes, a young woman, comes quietly shuffling into the courtyard, quickly, a little breathless and pale, clutching at the edge of her robe, pulling it up to allow her to move more quickly. She comes up to you as a group, kind of looking around, eyes settling on Lumi. Lumi, there's a crowd gathering outside. You all should come see this. Do you follow the acolyte?
Lumi does. Lumi gives a quick look to her companions. She looks to Natalin, she looks to Moa, she looks to Millie.
I'll go with Lumi. You stay here.
Look at me!
So no, I would kind of like look at Father Xantus and I would look at Millie for guidance here, actually.
Millie straight up says she will go with Lumi. Everybody else stays here because you're the better combatants than she is. And she may or may not have a +3 on her next social interaction involving Carnetti.
Oh, that's right.
Let's go, dude. Like,
So,
alright.
who's going with Lumi? Just
Just me.
Millie.
Millie.
Split the party. Split the party.
The
We move our 2
acolyte,
charisma sticks to the front lines.
the acolyte kind of
Yes.
looks a little concerned that the other 3 are staying behind, but then rushes with you and motions.
I would, as they're running, I just say, Millie, call if you need anything.
Oh, I will. As we're scurrying towards where the alkalite is leading us, Millie whispers to Lumi, I hope it doesn't, stage whisper, I hope it doesn't come to this, but if necessary, put up the wall of fire around the entrance.
Oh,
She looks like you've just said, like, just in case, just cast a fireball into the crowd. Don't worry about it. Like, she's like, I'm kind of appalled by
We're not
this.
casting a fireball at the crowd. If the crowd chooses to run into fire like dumbasses, that's on them.
there you
So
go.
then Lumi will rummage through her bag that she keeps around her waist, or like around her side, and she'll get that scroll, not like ready, not like in her hands, but like really, really easy access. Like she makes sure that it's like a grab away.
Of course, we'll hope
It
it
shouldn't
doesn't
come
come
to that,
any
should
of
it?
that.
Okay.
The acolyte motions or moves to the large cathedral's heavy doors and opens one of the doors slightly, revealing the night air. You immediately can smell the scent of smoke and sweat. Then you hear the noise of a restless crowd, at least a couple dozen people. They're staying back some distance, maybe 20 feet, but you can see them wanting to press closer. Their faces flickering with torchlight and tension. Shadows stretch across the cobblestones between the crowd and the front entrance, and though no blades are drawn, the tight grips on walking sticks, pitchforks, rakes, and other farm tools speak of fear turning hard. And of course, at the front of this crowd, in the center, stands Kaeryn Scarnetti.
Fucking
Young and
course.
ferocious, his voice cutting through the din. This is an outrage! You don't summon the dead in a town that's already seen too much death! The crowd surges behind him. They're not yet violent, but you can tell he's been whipping them up into a fervor. Voices from the crowd call out, tentative, nervous, but tinged with anger. Millie, you do get the sense that under normal circumstances, Kaeryn Scarnetti should have been able to summon a much larger crowd. But you've hindered, with your whisper campaign, his ability to draw more people.
Hey.
As you hear voices, "You're playing with evil you don't understand! Where is Father Xantis? We want answers now! You think the late unpleasantness was bad? Keep summoning ghosts and see what comes next.
I want to talk to your manager.
You're tempting fate, taunting the dead. First the fires, now you invite spirits to our doorstep." A woman behind Kaeryn is clutching a holy symbol of Desna to her chest. An older man spits into the dirt and mutters prayers under his breath. You can feel the fear here. Raw, cracking at the edges into something worse. They've come with questions, with anger, with dread, and whether they leave peacefully may depend entirely on what you say next.
Oh, man.
Now, I'm going to allow you to role play aspects of this, but this is basically a challenge. You have to control the crowd so that they cannot interrupt the ritual. You have, as well as your own imagination, you have other tools available to you. You can try appealing to them. You can try diplomacy. You can try to distract them. You can threaten them. You can get violent with them. What I will say, regardless of what you choose to do, one, you have your specific bonus for dealing in this situation, Millie, with Karn Scarnetti. But because of your Whisper campaign, anything you do, you have a +2. This applies to anybody dealing with the crowd. Has a +2 circumstance bonus.
That's different from my Karn bonus?
Yes, that's in addition to.
Oh my god. Dude, Millie is so stacked right now.
Stacking those buffs on Millie.
As you're deciding what to do, you see that Karn Scarnetti wastes no time not wanting there to be too much silence between shouts from the crowd as he takes the opportunity to speak up loud enough for the entire crowd to hear him. You can tell he's not... Karn Scarnetti, while he does appear to be angry, this is a performance. He's feeding off the fear in the crowd, stoking it. He knows exactly what he's trying to do. He knows that he couldn't do this himself, and so he's chosen the most influential that were left after somebody tarnished his reputation. They didn't even ask us. Did anybody here approve this ritual? Did Father Xantus ask for our blessing before they started summoning ghosts in our cathedral? No! They do it in secret, like we're too stupid to understand what's at stake.
Millie stands up on on like the rail, something to make herself bigger.
There's benches outside, stone benches.
Hell yeah.
Does anyone know off the top of your heads, does prestidigitation work in this game like it does in D&D?
Yes, I think it does, actually. Prestidigitation.
So, Millie's going to pull the prestidigitation card from her cantrip deck, one of my new purchases.
Yay!
Mm-hmm. And
I'm so proud of you.
She's going to amplify her voice.
Ooh.
Over Karn trying to rabble rouse, Millie's booming voice goes out. Oh, shame on you! Shame on all of you! I can't believe what I'm seeing. I can't believe that you're all so easily enraged and worked up. Over what? Nobody's raising any dead, Karn.
You're opening a door you can't close.
What? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over me.
Yes! Dude, what a fucking alpha line, bro. Go get him, Millie. Let's go.
You see him sort of... They're opening it. You're opening a door you can't close.
Your mother would be so disappointed in you right now if she saw what you were doing.
Leave my mother out of this.
You know I'm right.
Oh.
So what do you want me to roll here, Jacob?
Lumi's just instinctually got her tail tucked between her legs. Like
I've got
she feels bad. She feels like she's getting scolded.
Oh
I've
my
got
god.
so much diplomacy.
Lumi's down there just be like, yes, ma'am.
I've got my make an impression.
So, what did you say about diplomacy?
Diplomacy has to make an impression.
Yeah, I was going to
That's the thing
say,
that we used last time.
so this definitely sounds like you're trying to make an impression on the crowd, soothe their anger. You're on the flip side of that coin, you're basically trying to for lack of a better word, and I'm not sure if I'm using this correctly, but geld Kaeryn Scarnetti.
All the while, there's no mechanical benefit to this, but all the while, Monte Cristo is sitting next to me going, "Meow."
So that is going to be a diplomacy check that you get a, well, you get a +5 to because of your bonuses.
I'll be rolling with a +17.
Can Lumi do a little bit of an aid as well to stack up another +1 or something on there?
God bless America. Here we go.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go.
Cool.
I'm sorry.
I'll
Meow
make sure
counts
that-
as a bonus, right?
Obviously, a +1. It's gotta.
Just want to make sure the aid actually.
I'd like to use a die to re-roll that. It's still impressive, but I'd like to use a die to re-roll.
Do it. Do it.
Fuck me dead. I'm just gonna let it ride. What did I say? +17, so that's 22.
Jesus.
22.
Was your first one better?
Yeah, by 1.
Don't
I
you-
rolled
oh.
a 6, then I rolled a 5.
Sorry,
I don't want to
you
push it.
used a die. Okay.
My one domain die was not a very lucrative one
when
tonight
you
either.
go
dude.
lower on your reroll, you really don't want to push it at that point. 'cause you're
Yeah,
begging
right.
for a
That's
1.
fate telling you to quit while you're ahead.
Mhm.
You see, as you're talking, and as you sort of put Karn in his place,
Did I get a bonus from Lumi?
yeah,
23.
okay.
Oh my god.
So,
I think. Did I math that right? 17 plus 5 plus
Yeah.
1.
Yep.
Thanks.
this is a
Yes.
success. As
Success on a 5.
you see that, in fact, you see a good 3 or 4 torches break off at the back of the crowd. As you'll see a couple people muttering amongst themselves, saying things like, "I knew we should never have taken up with Khan. He's a big blowhard. I always knew he was talking out his ass." And
Did they do one of those like 80s movies things where a couple in the back are like, "Come on, dude, let's go home." And they just fucking like walk away.
So a small group have broken off, and you see a few others that begin to question Karn. You see some of the fervor starts to die off. You haven't. You basically need to get 3 successes before you get 3 failures. So Karn is going to try to rally the crowd a little bit. This is sacred ground. This is not some arcane playground. Would you let them raise spirits from your family graves? No.
This is a big
Then why is it
misunderstanding.
acceptable here?
Nobody's doing that, Karn.
This is a
How
big
do we know?
misunderstanding. I think Lumi's gonna try to not try to cow the crowd like Millie did, but try to it's just a big understanding. It's just a big misunderstanding. Everyone go home. Like, you got better things to do with your evening. Kind of just trying to de-escalate.
This sounds like you are attempting to appeal to the sense of civility
Yes.
in the crowd. This is going to be a society check.
Oh boy.
Ooh, that's not exactly what I was hoping for that roll to have to be. Okay. Okay.
I won't always grant it, but I will always hear arguments for other skills.
Yeah, I would prefer to use diplomacy on this one, using her.
This, under this circumstance,
Everybody loves Lumi, so there's that.
Very diplomatic. She's almost a diplomat, one might say.
If only she's able to use her diplomacy skill on a certain woman.
Motherfucker.
I'm going to allow it. I'm going to allow your diplomacy.
Hey.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So it's gonna be.
But I'm going to keep the DC for the society check.
Cool. So it's 11 on the die for a total of 21. Oh, do I get any bonuses, or is it just
Yes.
Plus 2 for the crowd, right?
Plus 2.
You get a plus 2
okay.
circumstance
So
bonus
that's
for the crowd,
23 diplomacy.
which is exactly the DC you had to hit.
I would. Okay, I was never getting that with the society roll. I was never getting that with society. Thank goodness.
As
Nice.
what further are you saying to the crowd to try to appeal to them?
She's there. It's a big misunderstanding. Nothing's. I think you've been all worked up for nothing. Father Xantis, he's my dad. You know, he knows best. Kind of thing. Kind of thing. Like she probably appealed to like how Father Xantis has been a pillar of the community for like so many years and
Ever.
forever basically. So yeah. So trying to basically leverage Xantis' own reputation as a good, honest, upstanding man.
You see, sort of in the back of the group, a few people kind of nodding and agreeing with what you're saying, Lumi, and a few more people break off. Another half a dozen break off. The crowd is almost half of what it was. Kaeryn is getting desperate. You don't understand. This is how the late unpleasantness started. And Xantis was there. He was there when that happened. We all remember what happened when people started dabbling in things that should have stayed buried. Evil comes back when you invite it in. You actually hear a couple people in the crowd are like, that was 17 years ago, Kaeryn. It was a long time ago, man.
My 1985 reference, I think, has.
I know. I was almost.
Dude,
I almost said, dude. I was almost like, dude.
Put it to rest.
Come on, dude.
Come on, dude.
Let it go, man. I don't know.
We're missing out on those gnarly waves, dude.
They really seem like they're telling the truth, and I don't know. You said this place was going to be crawling with spirits, and all I've seen is a few butterflies.
So the death of 1,000 cuts here. It's fine. It's fine. No.
It's
Keep
spring,
kicking.
right? And nighttime.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
So Millie continues. "Now, aren't you all a bit chilly? None of you brought sweaters.
We've got our torches.
Torches don't give off that much heat.
They
You're
do
going
if
to all catch colds and sniffles.
they do if you do this." And you see one torch lower, and then you hear, "Ow!"
You, Steven, your hair's wet.
Oh my god.
I'll bet none of you ate.
Wow. And no one finished their vegetables.
Ah, man. Let's go for the diplomacy hat trick here.
I'm afeared. I don't want to. I'm scared.
You got this.
I'm gonna use a die. Holy
Do
shit!
it.
What'd you roll?
A
One,
4.
I'm sure.
Now
Oh.
I rolled a 14, so
Hey.
that's 14 plus 17
Plus 17.
carry.
Yeah. A 31?
I'm sure Vi's right. I'm sorry. I tuned
Did
out
you-
at the worst possible time.
Did you add your +5?
Yeah, 7. I have a 12,
Okay.
and then my plus 5 is 17.
So that's a critical success.
Really?
People's bellies start rumbling in the crowd.
Oh God!
You
they
see
realized
as you see Kaeryn while you're addressing the crowd. As soon as you give a moment of pause, they're not protecting us. They're endangering us. Don't be fooled by their robes and titles. These so-called heroes and priests. What do we really know about what's lurking beyond the grave? They've brought danger right to our doorstep. Every second they're in there, the ritual gets worse. And he turns around, and that's when he realizes he's standing there alone.
yes! Oh my God! Yes.
Millie hops down off of the thing, dusts herself off a little, and she'll go up to Kaeryn and pat him good-naturedly on the arm and say, "Oh, Kaeryn, I don't know why you were trying to start such a fuss, but here." And she reaches into her apron and pulls out a bottle of whatever you choose, Jacob, from Two Night Brewery, and gives it to him.
What?
Incredible, dude.
I don't have anything specifically from there.
Sure they do. There's a list.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I'm on the wrong page. I was looking at something else. Two Night Brewery.
Whatever would be seasonal, since it's spring.
Where is that? What do you happen to know? Never mind. You'd think I would have this. There we go. Let's see, what do we got? It's a little too early in the season for Buzzbarker. It would be Dryad's Kiss. Which is a spring seasonal lambic.
Damn, sounds great.
Make me a. Actually, what is your charm score?
Charm?
Yeah, what's your charm DC? Which would be your charm bonus plus 10.
What is charm?
Charm doesn't exist in this game. I think you're
That's I did that in D&D.
20, a D20 plus 1.
I did that
Yes.
in D&D last night too. I meant charisma.
Oh, okay. My charisma is a plus 4.
nice. So charismatic.
So your DC is a 14. Oh my gosh, I can't spell.
Yeah, Millie's not worried, because what's Kaeryn gonna do? Punch her in front of the people who are still kind of around but walking away?
Wow. Exactly.
Oh, is that short on paper? Okay, so
And
I
she
just
can
want to see if he's going to accept the bottle from you. As you hold out this bottle,
Are you counting my plus 3 towards this?
sure. So that would make you have a 17, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
And for some reason, hold on. So he's got a 13 on the die.
This would be another great time to advertise redbubble.com.
Oh, there we go.
Unfortunately, I only do one ad per show. So
Plus 2.
Positive.
He gets a plus 2. So that would be a 15, which would be
Oh,
he
what a loser.
fails, which means you see Kaeryn Scarnetti. He looks like he wants to tell you off. But he also has absolutely nobody backing him up anymore. And as you have learned from watching Karn Skarneti on multiple nights at the
Dragon.
At the Rusty Dragon, he has a taste for alcohol in general, but for sometimes the better alcohols, and he's not going to turn down this bottle as he reluctantly takes it from you. But he does look at you and he gives one parting jab. I know it was you. Say what you will about me behind my back. My family is a founding family of this town. We have power. This is just the beginning. And that didn't make a noise. He pops the cork with his teeth, and he takes a big swig of this bottle. This isn't over between us. And he turns and walks away.
Have a lovely evening.
While taking a swig, all you see is
Yes.
as he flips you off. You have successfully turned away the angry mob.
Woo! High five, Lumi.
I'm so proud of you.
As you head back in.
My head.
Whoops. As you head back in, we're gonna take a quick break.
Yes.
Less than 10 minutes if we can. I just want to. I have to use the restroom, and I just want to review this next section really super quick before we go into it, because it's phase 2 of the ritual.
Awesome.
So with that, we're going to take a brief respite here, and we'll return in a few moments. And we're back. While the Lumi and Millie are dispersing the crowd on crowd control outside, the other three remain inside as Audrani and Xantus continue with the summoning ritual. It's building as Audrani speaks, her voice sharp, clear, woven with grief and resolve. Nualia, daughter of Sandpoint, betrayed child of the cathedral. We summon you across the veil, not to torment, not to bind, but to bear witness. Come, speak, be seen. Father Xantus answers with a solemn chant, his words grounding the spell like anchors in the storm of the unseen. Their two voices twist together, one like wind through stone, the other like earth splitting open. The temperature in the courtyard drops. Moonlight bends, unnaturally bright within this circle. The standing stones hum with the pressure that sinks into the bone. The braziers flare, then dim, their smoke spiraling inward instead of rising. Spirits begin to appear. You see many spirits begin dancing around the standing stones. In between these dancing spirits, you can see other spirits that are attempting to push through the crowd of dancing spirits. Natalin, Velynia, and Moa. You need to bolster the ritual. You can attempt Arcana or Occultism to help shore up the magic. You can try to intimidate the spirits. You could try dancing with the other spirits to join in their revelry and create this sort of spiritual hedge against the other spirits trying to break through, or some other thing of your choice. How would the three of you? I'm gonna need one thing that each of you does to bolster the ritual.
Ritual. Okay.
Evan, go for it. Go, please.
No, I don't want to go now.
Too bad. You're gonna go.
Okay, fine. Fine. I think Velynia. I think Velynia would sing. And she knows a very, very small number of songs, but in like ancient Elven.
Hey now, you're a rock star.
Yes. It's a cool place, and they say it gets colder. I think Velynia would sing.
Okay.
She does her best.
Okay. So you will be making a performance check.
Yes.
Natalin, what are you going to do?
Oh, I mean, the closest thing that Natalin can do at this point is maybe dance, but we're really just going to go through our kata forms.
Yes, that's perfect.
Because she doesn't know nothing about any of this.
Kata is sort of dancing.
I'm just imagining, like, there's a very powerful ritual going on, and then we have two people going, shit, what do I do? I guess I start singing, I guess I start dancing. And they look around like, why are you doing
this? Is Mambo number 5.
This is like that sudden, unexpected dance number in the middle of song and dance in the middle of Beetlejuice. We just from inside the courtyard, we just hear. Hey-o. So Natalin will also be performance check.
Could I maybe throw that I'm less performing and more doing acrobatics?
I'll allow that since it's your kata.
It's like, and do you have like a little bit, like in your character art, just like a little bit of like ribbon dancing effects happening, like with the moisture in the air or something?
My clothing totally is very flowy like that, so yeah, it would swirl around. I could definitely put up my
Moa
my aura.
Moa, how are you bolstering the ritual?
Hear me out.
He just starts fixing
Moa wants to start taking chalk and holy water and starts crafting.
Moa's scrapbooking for his talent.
Some arcane symbols and stuff like that, and just crafting like different things in the area to bolster the positive energy. Taking different things, just kind of making arcane infused items and placing them at different locations to bolster.
So
I love our impromptu talent show.
Singing, dancing, and Moa's basically grabbing a Sharpie and some index cards and writing some runes real quick and posting them around.
Crafting, crafting or arcane.
So
what would you want for
He's
Natalin?
carving. It's different.
We got a 16 for Velynia's song, singing. We got a 27 for Natalin's kata. Moa, let's go ahead and go with a crafting check.
Okay, I do need to use a dice. I need to use a domain dice because that first roll just was not there.
It.
But so 23 is my next one.
Okay. That is 1 failure and 2 successes. So as a group, you have succeeded. And
Did I fail? Was I the fail?
yeah, the spirits, the spirits were not moved by your song. In fact, as you're singing, you see the malevolent spirits. Every time this swirling group comes around to you, you see a malevolent spirit trying to reach past, like somebody holding them back, trying to grab at you. But overall, you are successful. And with this completion of this bolstering act, the ritual holds for now. But the veil has thinned, and Noalia's pain, vast and undying, threatens to bleed through. The night is far from over. Lumi and Millie, you enter the courtyard as Velynia's song trails off, as Moa kind of places another object with these runes crafted on it, kind of running past you, placing the stone down with some runes on it, as you see Natalin kind of wrapping up this kata now. As the 5 of you are in the center here. The air thickens as the final words of the summoning ritual echo through this courtyard. The braziers sputter, their flames bending as though bowing to some unseen force. The circle of salt flares to life and glows with a pale, otherworldly light that extends to the additional sigils that Moa placed. And the temperature plummets further. Shadows pull together, coalescing into the translucent form of a woman. A flicker, a shimmer, and Noalia's spirit erupts from the air like breath fogging glass, half-formed, drifting on smoke and moonlight. Her eyes blaze with spectral fury. Her beauty is intact, but sorrow twists it. Anger and loss etched into every line of her haunted face. Her long white hair floats in slow motion, caught in an unseen current. Around her waist, the corrupted brand of Lamashtu flickers like a dying fire that refuses to be extinguished. She sees you all, and the wind stops. Her mouth opens. Her voice is a whisper and a roar. Not just heard. You feel it in your gut, in your spine, in the hollow place where your dreams become nightmares. You dare call me back? You think forgiveness can cleanse the scars that marked my soul? That mercy can undo what was done to me? Her form flickers, the edges of her translucent figure crackling like distant lightning as her rage intensifies. I was but the first drop of the coming storm. Chopper, too, was merely a harbinger. Together, we were the early shadows of Sandpoint's doom. You cannot stop what is coming. She drifts closer to you, her spectral hands curling into fists. The worst lies ahead. When Sandpoint burns, when its people scream, only then will they know, will they feel the torment I endured in my final cursed days of life. There are 7 dooms in Sandpoint's future. And you haven't even seen the beginning. They are coming for you. She falls silent, her ghostly form trembling with the force of her rage. The flicker of the flicker of the brazier light casts twisted shadows that dance around her. She waits, her luminous eyes fixed on all of you, daring you to speak. We are entering into an influence challenge.
Man, an influence challenge. What
So,
does that mean?
you currently, through your efforts to bolster and protect the ritual from being disturbed, you collectively have 4 victory points.
Hell yeah.
As you appeal to Nualia, asking questions or trying to convince her to hear you out, convince her that the forgiveness is genuine, whatever it may be. You can use whatever skills you want to attempt to use during this to get your point across. You will be making checks to earn points. When you reach the next threshold, you will probably be interrupted. So who would like to appeal to Nualia as this angry spirit hovers in the air, looking at you, daring you to speak? Her anger at even the fact that you've summoned her, very visible.
Not it.
We're technically not speaking to her, though, right?
So you'll be
through...
speaking, and it's kind of like as you're speaking, your words will be transferred or translated through Audrani and Father Xantus.
Gotcha.
But for the purposes of this role play, you will be speaking as if to her.
Listen.
I don't
Lumi
really want to go
says-
first, but I will.
She steps forward.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lumi says, listen, as
Lumi's
she
got
steps
this.
forward into the storm of ghosts that
listen.
swirl around. Hey, listen. I know how it would feel. How much you hurt from what Sandpoint did to you. I know what was taken from you. I know that you never wanted this. I know that what you wanted went up in ash and smoke. The people here, they learned their lesson from you. You made it clear to them. But the way they treated you was wrong. I want you to know that we're all very sorry. We're all so sorry for what happened to you. And Lumi's gonna try to, apologize to Nualia, essentially.
That's gonna be... Well, you tell me what skill you would like to use.
I'd love to just use diplomacy again.
Go for it.
Cool. Because I don't think my esoteric lore would apply. Cool.
As Lumi speaks, you hear, much like a translator translating in a foreign language, you hear Audrani and Father Xantus repeating in not only in the spoken language, but in the language of the arcane, the occult, the religion, the arcana, as they are passing Lumi's words through the veil.
Lumi burns a domain die to get a 24 on this roll,
Yeah,
rather than a
that's-
15.
That's vital.
Okay, so that takes you down to 40. That is a success and will earn you another victory point.
Ooh. We are currently at 5.
Yep. What would somebody else like to do? Because you have not crossed the threshold. Oh, dang.
I think I will. Ooh, I think I will speak, and I kind of like look at Lumi, and I would just like look at this form, and I would just say, I have seen some of the worst that humanity has to offer, and I have to say that all of it pales in comparison to what happened to you. And I have to echo my friend. I didn't do any of it, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it happened. And that's all. And I think I would just probably try to use diplomacy.
Give it a go. Give it the old Bardic College try.
Fuck me! Fuck!
Does Velynia say that?
No. No.
Maybe Lumi's like stare at you, and not a good stare. It's a stern stare at you. Maybe
I got
trips your words.
13.
Are you letting it stand?
No, I'm gonna go ahead and use a domain die. I'm gonna go ahead and use a domain die. Here we go. That is not a ton better. That's a 16. I guess, yeah.
For the first time, and maybe the only time in your life, you see a spirit roll their eyes at you. She does not believe you. It's not a critical fail, so you don't lose any victory points, but you have not gained. I forgot to mention, this is the second attempt. You have a total. Each attempt counts as a round, and you have a total of 10 attempts.
We have 8 left.
Yep.
Okay. God damn it. Thank you, Tamiko, by the way, for the extra domain dice.
Patty,
Appreciate
baby.
Who else
Appreciate
would
it.
like to attempt?
So,
Moa, punch it in the face. Sorry.
so what does Nalia, like, she's in spirit form, but is her, like, her arm still, like, is there a manifestation of her hate somewhere in her heart or soul or something along those lines that's potentially visible? Or like the evilness that's around that that tempted her from earlier
Well,
visible?
there was mention that around her waist, the corrupted brand of Lamashtu flickers, like a dying fire that refuses to be extinguished. It is not physical, it's incorporeal like she is.
Yep.
But it is a representative of sort of, what corrupted her in the first place.
Reach it again. Let me know if I'm going too far with this idea. Moa just kind of goes and is, wow. Really? You're still pissed off? That's kind of shallow of you. I mean, yeah, you're pissed off, but you do have the right to be, but everyone here is working to ask for forgiveness, and you're just been corrupted by some old monster bitch deity. And you know that little thing, if you just take that hate out from you, come on.
Come on.
I just imagine while you're doing that and while they're translating, you just see as she's performing the ritual, Audrani just goes like this.
And I want to attempt to steal the hate, the mark of
Lamashtu
off of her.
This is not a physical manifestation. So
True.
you're attempting to cross the veil.
I'm kind of trying to get at her heart to kind of like bring the take the hate.
So what skill are you wanting to use here?
Thievery, steal. It's a stretch, I know. If I need something else, I'll go for it.
No, I'm going to allow it. I want to see how this plays out.
That's creative. That's creative.
Yeah, I want to see how this plays out.
Okay. The reason why Moa does it is he's a dirty trickster. So he has dirty trick as a feat, and he's proficient in thievery. So stealing, pickpocketing, things of that nature is a little bit in his past. So he kind of he's used to kind of grabbing things and using them. And he kind of notices that. So let's see. So thievery roll, that is going to be that was a nat 20, and then it rolled over to a 14 for a 23. But Mo's a little kind of brash to the point.
So that is a success. I'm thinking that
to help understand, I guess Moa's thought would be that the evil deity Lamashtu is influencing her hate. If there's some way to steal that and lower that hate, she'd be more receptive to forgiveness.
So I'm forming something because this is going to have an interesting side effect here, because it's a success but with a minor cost because you breached the veil. You don't actually steal this brand of Lamashtu. What you do, though, is as your hand reaches and you cross the veil, which hand are you reaching with?
Left.
Oh God, he's about to fucking get a tear treatment, isn't he?
As you reach in, you sort of, it's like you steal this essence. You momentarily pull away Lamashtu's influence. I would like you to roll.
Oh, Moa's gonna get cursed, y'all.
I want you to roll a D10.
Gonna get cooped.
A D10, huh?
Someone's gonna get voices in the head. Congratulations.
Getting
Now
cursed
they're
by the
dead.
mother of monsters is like
6.
It's almost an honor.
yes,
6.
it's an honor. Yes.
As you pull your hand, back, your hand, you see that as you pull it out of this veil, your fingers elongate. You gain an extra knuckle and finger segment on each hand. Your nails are extended out. Lamashtu has cursed you for 6 days with a monstrous hand.
Oh my.
Okay.
Your curse is you're weird for 6 days. Congratulations. Do with this what you will.
I will say that though it is a curse, it is also going to, because you are marked by Lamashtu in certain situations over the next 6 days, you might have negative circumstance bonuses to certain religion-based checks, things like that. But your unarmed strike deals an additional 1d6 slashing damage.
Ooh.
So there's
Nice.
that. So that puts you at 6 victory points. And that was your third of 10 tries. You see, as you pull away this aspect of Lamashtu, the furious glow around Nualia dims. Her translucent form flickering, and you see a wave of sorrow sweep through her. The sharp, biting edge of her voice softens. Her spectral form slumps a little, as if the weight of her own tragic story presses down on her. She turns her head, looking down at Father Xanthus. You did me a favor. Killing me. Spared me from the 7 true dooms. That will finish what was begun so long ago. You ended my suffering before the full darkness could claim me. Her eyes shift, no longer burning with anger, but shimmering with the grief of a soul long in mourning. But even if I am forgiven, it will not change what was done to me. I cannot forgive those who forced me down this path, the ones who taunted me, scorned me, broke me. Her form flickers again, the light around her dimming even more, shadows thickening in the corners of the chamber. Their cruelty did not die with them. It lingers, poisoning the roots of Sandpoint. And it will claim their children. The sins of the past have doomed them all. She pauses, spectral hands rising as if to grasp at something just out of reach. Her gaze sweeps around all of you, her sorrow radiating from her form. You worry for Sandpoint, as you should. But your worry, your fear, your grief will not stop the dooms. The seals are breaking. This place, these people, you cannot escape what has already begun. Her head bows, her ghostly light flickering faintly, and a cold, despairing silence settles over the chamber as she waits, her sorrow hanging like a pall over all of you. You have 7 more tries.
I'll go.
Do it.
Millie,
You
Millie,
hold Monte Cristo just like that while you're giving your appeal.
Millie just kind of bows her head. Oh, babus. Millie just kind of bows her head a little bit and says, "Praise ye Lamashtu." No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ! Hail Hydra.
Behold the first doom, Mama Millie.
Millie just kind of bows her head and says, honestly, I'm from Magnamar, and I don't really know that much about you, dear, but I know that you're a mother and you lost your child, and I understand that because I've also lost a child. And I'm so sorry for that. No mother should have to go through that. Oh, what do you want from me, Jacob?
I mean,
Are you
it could
lying?
be a society check, persuasion, diplomacy.
Diplomacy it is. So that's a 17 on the die, so that's a 29.
29 is a critical success, earning you 2 victory points.
Oh my god, dude! Millie is having a fucking MVP night, dude.
You
Let's
see
go.
that the eyes that were looking at you with anger moments ago that then turned to sadness, you see something in her gaze as she looks at you. It could be compassion.
A shred of her lost well, it wouldn't be humanity. I don't remember
She
what
was
she was
ASMR.
before. A shred of her lost asamarity.
Actually, in the remaster, they're called Nephilim.
Okay. Dork!
Listen,
Just kidding. I did not know that, and I wish I did. Dude.
this was 17 years ago. They still called them ASMR.
Well, see, ASMR is a bit of an outdated term these days.
Excuse me. That's not the correct nomenclature.
So yeah, you see a shred of the lost Nephilimity.
Racist.
All right, who hasn't tried anything? Natalin.
I did.
I want.
Go ahead and dance.
I want to use my stealth and hide.
I want to convince her through interpretive dance.
I got nothing here. Oh my god, I don't want to waste and like undo all the things that Millie just did.
Does she have to go, Jake?
No,
But then
Dude.
nope.
Natalin, you could instead aid somebody, which
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I will aid. I would love to aid somebody.
I could try again, and Natalin could aid me. That
Yeah.
might just do it.
It might help you.
so it's funny because I typed in aid real quick just to double check, and the first thing that came up was hearing aids.
Oh, great.
What?
Well, that says.
I'm sorry. What? What did I didn't-
Hearing
what?
aid,
What?
Oh, yeah.
right?
Do you
Okay,
get
I
it?
got it. I fell for it.
Better
You
late
got
than
me.
never.
You got me.
I think Velynia would step up again. And just say something to the effect of like, those who hurt you in the past are long. Would they be long dead? How long has this been?
It's only been
17
17 years, and
ago.
she said
The people who have hurt you in the past have lived miserable lives. They are being punished by fate itself, it seems. They are getting their just desserts. This is a total lie, and I'm going to use deception.
dangerous.
It's less
So-
dangerous than fucking diplomacy for me.
Natalin, go ahead and make a
Okay.
what is it for aid that you roll?
It's the skill.
You just roll a straight D20,
Oh.
and I think it's 10 or more for aid, right? I thought it was a straight D20 and anything.
It's a DC 15 roll, but
Oh.
if you are, so it has changed a little bit. It's a basic action, DC 15 check to give you a +1 cumulative bonus to assist, but a crit success is +2, but if you're a master, it's +3, and if you're legendary, it's +4.
And if you fail?
Then she doesn't,
You just
no
don't
negative.
aid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause,
so
I'm assuming this has to be deception.
yeah,
like
let's
I'm
go
going
ahead.
to
And,
one
yeah,
with
I'm
you.
gonna say
Yeah,
that
you
it's
make a
gonna be the
skill
same
check of
type.
the
Natalin
skill.
is
Yes.
standing behind Velynia going,
The-
yeah.
The GM can specify that, but in this case, yeah, I want it to be the same.
I know this one guy, he broke his leg like 2 days after that whole thing happened.
Like we've already established that Natalin can't
Yes,
lie.
we have.
I rolled a 2
Well, okay.
on the die.
Well, I got a dirty 20, so maybe that's enough. Is a dirty 20 enough, Jacob?
A dirty 20 is a success. You have 9.
Yes, I fucking did it.
You have 9 victory points.
Thanks anyway, Natalin. I appreciate the effort, dude.
You're welcome. I got +0 on that skill. So
As you say this, Velynia,
Sorry.
the last of Noalia's fury ebbs, leaving only a deep, consuming sadness that seems to weigh down her very form. The edges of her ghostly figure blur and waver, her presence dimming like a candle guttering in the wind. Forgiveness from those who never even wronged me is a bitter salve. It soothes nothing of what was torn from me. But I will remember this. When the pit disgorges its 7 dooms upon you all, when the fires claim what remains, seek me in the land of the dead. Perhaps then, with the wisdom only the grave can bestow, I will be ready to forgive those who ruined my life. Her form shimmers, flickering faintly as though her very essence trembles with the weight of her words. Her eyes meet all of your eyes, her gaze weary but unbroken. Not all who have plagued Sandpoint lie still. Even now, new enemies stir in the shadows. I do not wish these 7 dooms upon Sandpoint, but there is one who does. He comes on red wings, his fires relentless. If you do not delve the pit in time, you will not escape his wrath. Her spectral form begins to dissolve. The edges of her presence unravels into wisps of light. With one final mournful glance, she vanishes into the gloom, leaving behind a chilling silence that clings to the air like a shroud. Madrani and Father Xantus, their words, their prayers, trail and end. The fires and the braziers sputter and extinguish. The glowing circle of salt, the glowing runes that Moa prepared, dim until only the silver light of the moon illuminates you all. The night heavy with the revelations of the 7 dooms. The one who comes on red wings, and the words that you must delve the pit. We're going to end our session here tonight. Between now and next week, I would like you all to level up.
Hey, we're level 5. That's when it starts to get fun.
this concludes Chapter 1, Bones and Ashes.
Nailed it.
Wow.
What did you say the next episode is called? Or the next thing?
On Stranger Tides.
It's
Oh,
Strange Times in Sandpoint.
That's what. Okay, I was close.
Okay.
So
knowing what we know now, that's a little less ominous than I thought it was.
So yeah, you were successful. Is your takeaway? You were successful in
Did it.
presenting forgiveness, though it seems she accepted your forgiveness, but until they are consumed in the fiery pits of hell, it sounds like she's not ready to forgive certain people until she can meet them face to face in the afterlife. I'm sure that will go well for them. All right. Thank you for so much support, primarily from the players, with subs and gift subs galore, bits, all of that good stuff. That I don't know what you had when we started, but I feel like even though you used a bunch, you somehow managed to maybe have more than you started with. Or right around where you started.
I think we were right where we started, actually.
I know I think it's been a long time since that number's dipped below 35. So you guys are keeping it up there. I feel like you're building a cushion for the future.
We need a little cushion.
Oh, yes.
It's just a deadly campaign. It feels like there's doom impending. I don't know. Maybe it's just
7 of them.
Like 7 or something.
Thank you to everybody hanging out in chat. Love seeing all the discussion and whatever else takes place there. I see that things are taking place. Rarely do I see what's taking place. So that's all good. Kind of like the side chat, because I know while I'm narrating serious events, I can see you guys giggling and having your own little side conversations that
We're mainly just like congratulating each other on good roleplay. Like this was a lot of back patting.
In addition, if you're somebody that likes to lurk silently in the background, or maybe you're watching on the VOD later, know that we appreciate you and hope you enjoy our presentation. Something I forgot to mention at the top, but this doesn't really affect the VOD audience, but if you're still here watching with us right now, the month of July, MTD will be taking a hiatus. There will be no streamed games during that month. No particular reason, just taking a summer break. Kids get summer vacation from school. So
do I.
So we're gonna take a break from streaming. Encourage you, I think as we get closer, we'll encourage you to check out other streams like Emporium for the Wayward Gamer, perhaps. And other folks that have some amazing game streams and things that are going on. But otherwise, as we head on out of here, we still have 3 more weeks this month of gameplay. Enough time to get started on that chapter 2, give you a little taste of level 5. A huge thank you to these amazing players. It's just awesome to get to play this game and see what you guys do and how you choose to tackle the story. I love it. I love getting to play with you all every week. So I will say thank you as always to Vi, Kaeryn, Tamiko, Cari, and Jay, without whom this would just be me talking to myself for a couple hours. With that, we're going to go ahead and end this stream the same way we end every stream. You can say it with me if you want.
It's Moa'Kee's fault.
Man, I'm disappointed.
It's heartbreak.